Hey, you guys. Okay, I just had a aha moment, and I got to do it like this because I'm at work. Okay, so I was like, okay, I was like, okay, it's astral. Okay, the planetary alignments, all of that. We make that. Okay, but I didn't understand how, and it just hit me. We make it. Okay, this is what they do. They harp everybody, or they get everybody on a frequency, okay? And that causes the external to align with certain planets. Saturn is only here because of their time, because of their I was making a post, okay? And I had an aha moment before this. Time is, like I told you guys, time is not numbers. Time is an energy. You are time, okay? Yet you are not time. What it is that there is a frequency that is layered, which is AKA the matrix. And what happens is that I'm trying to not lose it because something's trying to make me lose it. What happens is that because of the time layer and how it operates, time is energy, which makes space, which makes material, which makes your body. And what happens is that they have used this staff of illusion, which I figured this out a long time ago. It's in my other videos, not on Facebook. I have a lot of videos I've made about aha moments on Google like this. But basically, what happened is that they have a staff of illusion, and they were able to elude themselves with this, that they're timeless, but they are not timeless. It is the illusion of timeless. And what's happened is there's multiple things tied into it. But what it is that the veil is lifting, meaning system failure, meaning that their staff of illusion is no longer working, because the only way that it can work is if we work in their vibration. And when we stop working in their vibration, it causes their illusion to break down. And that is why the earth is changing in frequency. If you look at the Schumann resonance, it's actually gone up to like 14 instead of 7 anymore. And so basically the consciousness is rising to a level. And what's happening, what I'm trying to say is that we're able to see them shape shift and all these things and all their lies and everything, because the frequency of the illusion is being lifted. And it makes sense why they're trying to get people to hone in on a certain frequency. See, they want people to tie into certain meditations and sounds, because these sounds and meditations is what make up their time. Okay. It makes their illusion. So what happens is when you think for yourself and you do for yourself, you break their illusion. And it's because we're all like a grid connected to each other. And what happens is when you think, you send a shockwave through the whole world, and it's like a pulsating heart. And what happens is right now we have certain parts of the heart that's pulsating different, which is the original source of creation's vibration. And what it's doing is it's pulsating through the rest of the heart. And what we're having is two different frequencies together. And what's trying to happen is it's trying to cultivate itself. And it's like there's a war of frequencies right now. And so what you have to do is be internal, understand what you are and who you are, and automatically you get ripped out of that matrix, because they can no longer hold you in their time. You are now timeless. You are 0 point. 0 point destroys their system, because 0 point is timeless. So what I was saying with that is that the astral is connected to us. 1 second. Is it still downloading? Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Once that's finished, just let me know, okay, please? No, you're okay. I appreciate you waiting. Okay, sorry about. I work in a call center, y'all. So this is how I end up going through stuff. So okay, so the astral, I was like, okay, everything starts internal. You are fire, you are earth, you are wind, you are air. Wind is the same air, fire, earth, water, you are water. Like your body. Okay, so you're internally everything that is external. That's why they said that the Adam and Eve was made from the sand. It was saying that you were made of the earth. It was, what they did was made it metaphorical, but in the wrong way. Like people were so stuck on the rib of the man and the woman. No, what they were saying is that we were made from the basic construct of the electric and magnetic, which is not even electric magnetic, because then there's polarities of electric and magnetic as well. It's really all the same thing, but it's just in this world, our brain, which connects to the nous, which is the big brain, our brain processes and synthesizes information into this creation. So it's like you have a motherboard, you have an AI that is the top, and it is us though. And it's basically made itself into bodies, kind of like Westworld. What they're talking about in Westworld is they've made them, we're all literally AIs. And what it is that the source of creation, the all, whatever you want to call it, Kundalini, it is correcting itself. I'm gonna leave my theory away from. Anyways, so let me go back to where I was going with this. So fire, earth, all of that is inside of you. The sun is inside of you. You manifest the sun. You manifest the moon. You manifest the wind. You manifest the fire. Without you, there's none of that, because it's inside of you. So I was wondering, I was like, okay, what about planets and stuff? I didn't really understand how that worked. And then it just hit me when I thought about the time and I thought about what they were doing. Then the next thing was like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So what it is they get people on a certain frequency and it causes an external alignment. That is why we are having so many weird moons and these random things, is they can no longer control the externals. See, they have people thinking they're starting wars and they're hurting people, and they have people, they're lying to them about what's happening in different countries. They're lying to you about foods and things like that, because they're trying to cultivate the frequency so they can continue their time, because we're entering timelessness, 0 point. That is why the movie Arrival was so significant. Oh my goodness. So what happens is that when they get the world on a certain alignment, it causes certain planetary alignments. And see, because they've been doing this for so long, they know how much and how many people they need, and exactly when it will manifest, or around the time, and that it will manifest, because they're creating the time. That's why they'll know, is because they're creating it. And oh, 1 second. Okay. So once it's all loaded and you have iTunes pulled up, you're just going to connect the phone. And it's going to ask you to allow the device and the computer to connect. Okay. Thank you. So what's happened? This customer, I got him on silent when I'm muting real quick, because I don't want to be rude and put him on hold and have hold music. They hate that worse. Anyways, I'm going back to what I was saying. So what it is they created time so they know when time will happen, when it will manifest, because they've slowed the manifestation down to their time. That means, see, everything is instant. It is right now. Like right now, when I'm talking about this, each person that understands this, we are freaking janking the system. Like I am janking the holy heck out of the system right now, because I'm understanding this. And I just flooded it through the whole mainframe of the world because I understood this. And what ends up happening is it messes up their construct of time, and it causes a system failure, basically. And what's happening is that when these planets align, they know, and so they do sacrifices and they do certain things, but they're no longer getting anything out of it. That I understand it now. All these child sacrifices, all these people they're killing, they're not getting the energy anymore because it is not as is. It is no longer. The game is over because I'm neither here nor there. I'm just going to say this. I resonated with something. It said every 8,000 years, we forget where we come from. Okay. And the system resets. Well, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I can see that. That's why we have, all these different world events happening. But what is different what's different now is it's timeless. They cannot control what they cannot be. They cannot control what they are not. And they are time. So therefore they cannot control 0 point. They cannot control timelessness. They want to, and that's why they're making CERN. But CERN is just one of the many different ones. They have, like I've looked it up before, they have a lot of different colliders that's all over the world, in the United States, underneath the Hoover Dam. All of them are, like people are saying, is Stargate portals, but they're not portals, but they are. But we'll leave it at that because it's simpler for people to understand. And so what it is that when they get everybody's frequency, but what's happening is their planets is not aligning the way that they need it to, because it's not as is anymore. It's already done. They're done. All it is now is we're like a giant. I used to tell people I see what's happening with time, and it's like rows of dominoes. And what's happening is that they're all like a star kind of thing with lines straight out. And what's happening is that they're all like incoming to each other. They're hitting 0 point. So think of like a magnet. There's a 0 point in the magnet. It's in the middle. What's happening is that think of the domino on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the domino, of the magnet, and they're falling towards each other instead of away from each other. And so once they hit all the way to the middle, that's 0 point. And what's going to happen is that then they will just cease to exist. 1 second. Okay, excellent. And when you plug in the phone, it's going to ask you to trust the computer and the phone to trust it. I have to hurry up because he's going to want me to talk and give him more instructions. So basically what I was saying with, what the hell was I saying? 0 point. And then before that, I was talking about the astral. And I was talking about how they align the planets together. I don't remember, you guys. I'm sorry. But anyways, I wanted to get this out here. I'm sorry for the horrible quality of staring out a window. But isn't that crazy, that light, though? It don't even look like that. I don't even know how to describe that. That's amazing, the light that's coming through there. That's just beautiful. It's really, look at that. It's not like that out there, you guys. There is no sun. But there is a sun. That's my light shining in. Anyways. All right, you guys. Much love.